Hey everybody, Rune the Gaming Dad from the Arc Trade Federation, and today we're going over what a wild and wacky 24 hours it has been in the world of Arc and the lead up to Extinction's launch. So what was supposed to happen on Monday the 16th didn't happen until the 19th, and then they said, well, it's actually not going to be the 19th, it's going to be the 20th, and then around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Extinction finally launched. So we're going to go over as much information as we possibly can about what's happened in the last 24 hours here with Arc Extinction Ascended. There's a little surprise with a DLC announcement kind of hidden in the depths of Extinction, as well as an update on Arc Winter Wonderland. So let's get started. So we're going to go to the Community Crunch. It's not really the Community Crunch. It's really about the Wasteland War and Bob's Tall Tales being released today. So there's so many things with Extinction that has been added. It looks beautiful, and in the coming days and weeks, we will, at the Dark Trade Federation, put as many videos out there as possible for you to see all this new cool stuff, but also understand how to use it. So first things first, and we'll try to zoom it in for you a little bit to see. Obviously, Wasteland War includes the Armadago, new companion that you can have with you. We'll have a taming video for you and all the attachments that come with it, but pretty cool companion to have with you in the game. Next is the battle rigs. So in just testing this a little bit throughout the last few hours, essentially, there's a lot of attachments you can put on this battle rig. I found a Trank shotgun attachment on the turret. There's just a ton of stuff with this new battle rig. So really, really cool stuff. And this is some more stuff. They had an explosive spear as well. But if we're going to go a little farther down on this, and we'll kind of get into all the big stuff. As of the time of this recording, I know that Xbox and Windows players are having some problems. I apologize for your wait. But I promise you, once you get there, it's worth the wait. So it says here, finish the journey through the worlds of Arc and Extinction where the story begins and ends. It's the Extinction pretty much you know and love, with a couple of added twists. So a couple pictures of our good friend the Manic Armor, Snow Owl. Then you've got your new Dreadnoughtus. And then obviously conquering the Titans. So what's new? So here we go. This is the Wasteland War stuff. So the Armadago, it's your survival companion, digs for treasure, fetches items, protects you. The whole gamut. So many things with this. The battle rigs we talked about. The explosive spear. The extinguisher grenade's kind of interesting, where you can douse flames of combat, snuff out your enemy's ambition. Again, I think more of a PvP thing, but just crazy stuff. They've added this Blade Wasp Hive. I have yet to use it. Apparently uses bee honey and sulfur, but it's kind of defends the base, especially from flyers, which is kind of cool. But this is one, and this video will come out hopefully sooner rather than later. This one right here, the Bio Grinder. So you can put your tames on there, and it basically turns them into kibble and raw materials for you. So for those that want to tame quickly and use kibble, having this Bio Grinder would be insane to create kibble for you. I cannot wait to get my hands on this and get started. It does have obviously the lights and lamps. It's very similar to the stuff for Aberration. This makeshift Mega Lab is pretty intense too. It also has the ability to create element dust. So before, you had to either use the terminal or you had to use your own inventory to create element dust from element to transfer servers. This, you could do it from the Mega Lab, so you can just put your element in, craft your element dust, then go move on. The Tribe Tower, we cannot wait. My tribe mate Valoros and I can't wait to get our hands on this to try and figure out what this thing will do. I've been doing some research on it. It looks like there might be an element boost for defeating bosses when you have this as well. So cool stuff there. And then obviously the Battle Rig Garage. You have Wasteland skins kind of looking like that Fury Road stuff with all these cosmetics. But we're going to get into some other stuff here. So with the launch, obviously it adds the Dreadnoughtus and the Armadago, the return of gachas. Hallelujah. Some resource creation from gachas once you tame them. We'll get into some other things with the gacha that are really nice. And my personal favorite, the return of tech dinos. So just having tech dinos back and being able to get some of that metal and electronics off of it would be really nice. So here's some of the new additions. So the Extinction Ascension now awards maximum player levels similarly to other Ascensions, so you get extra levels. And this one was kind of interesting. The King Titan now appears once a day, wandering the wastes for a short period of time. Defeating him will award everyone who participated, including a chance for cosmetic rewards. Kind of wild that the King Titan's just going to be out there in the wasteland now. And here's your official server spawn times in the EU, North America, Oceanic, and the Asia servers. So I know that my tri-mate was playing today and said, hey, somebody already spawned the King Titan, and it turns out it was just in the world. So the element dust and shard conversion recipes that are only within the terminals have been added to the tech replicators, so you can obviously do that as well. When you make a mech, it now spawns in the world immediately when you craft it. There's new hangar and barn doors for each tile set. The improved tech bridges, can't wait to see that. I know that my tri-mate was messing with this a little bit while he was playing, which I think is awesome. So the tech bridge is a pretty cool thing, and to improve that, I can't wait to see it. If you actually use Survivor Mate and now wears hats. Adding headshot multipliers to several creatures that did not have them previously, I think will be great when it comes to taming. If you can get triple on a headshot, help you knock them out easier. For those that did orbital supply drops, especially the purples, the legendaries, in Ark Survival Evolved, once you got to wave 13, you could keep going, but your rewards didn't change. It was more for pride that you went on past wave 13. Now it's endless rewards instead of capping at wave 13, which is fantastic. So those of us that like to grind out OSDs gives us a chance to take on those legendary ones and get a lot of great gear. The element reward from bosses across all maps is increased by 20%, which is awesome. Just awesome stuff. So not having to grind out boss fights to keep your base going. Very helpful. So this is the stuff with the gacha. So the Pego now has a toggleable ability to automatically pick up gacha crystals in a radius that scales with its level. So before, when you would make gacha crystals, they have a timer that once they lay on the ground for so long, they just go away. And you'd always have to kind of sit there and just stand behind the gacha and pick them up. Or you'd go walk around for a little bit, do something, and pick up a bunch. Now the Pego can do it for you, which is great. So some automation there that, quite frankly, I didn't see coming, but fantastic. And this one is for those that I think want to do gacha towers. And we'll get into gacha towers in the next piece, but the distance that other pairs of gachas can be near each other without causing unhappiness has been reduced by 33%. Back on Ark Survival Evolved, we kind of tested it. It looked like 9-10 foundations apart was the magic range for the gachas to not be unhappy. And with that being a little lower, helpful. It also says gachas will become unhappy within caves, and they say this tries to address concerns about the impact of gacha farms, which is what we talked about, particularly its tendency to encourage use of scripts and bots for competitive advantage. So that means picking up gacha crystals. So they're just trying to align that a little bit, trying to make gachas unhappy within caves, so you can't just hide it there and make resources at will. Hopefully will offset the risk of maintaining gacha farms now that they've done all these things. Do I think gacha farms will still happen? Of course. It goes into some other stuff, some configuration stuff here that you guys can read about. And they also go into a bunch of other bug fixes. But just all of this stuff alone is insane. Just all of the crazy stuff they've added with Extinction has been fantastic. So, again, I've played this just a bit because it launched in the morning in our central time zone. And then, of course, I had work. So thank you for being late, unfortunately. But the parts I have played looked really good. The city looks great now, if I can show that. That actually is a lot of glass in the city now, which I think is fantastic. It looks really good. So that was kind of the big thing to come out, earlier today. And if we go back and look now, just 2 hours ago, at the time of this recording, Winter Wonderland's back starting on the 23rd in 3 days. So pushed out Extinction, and now guess what? Here comes Winter Wonderland. So starting on the 23rd, going through the 9th, for those that play unofficial, it's 2X, Small Tribes 4.5, and Arcpocalypse 5. Raptor Claws is back at midnight on game time. You have the Big Helper Yeti, drops Cold Mistletoe, the Abominable Snowman, the Pegomastax Grouch, which I think is hilarious, and a Wild Rideable Reindeer. You can feed a Rock Carrot and ridden for additional drop amounts, and of course a new Gotcha Claws. So fantastic. And then all of the chibis that come along with it: Bulb Dogs, Featherlights, Glowtails, Shinehorns, the Chibi Gotcha Claws, which is awesome, and a Chibi Reindeer. And then it adds a couple of new emotes and a couple of new skins. So this one kind of snuck in under the radar. You know, everybody thought Winter Wonderland was coming, and then they were a little bit disappointed they haven't talked about it. And then magically, boom, right after Extinction launches, not 6, 7, 8 hours later, boom, we're rolling. And then they've got all these wild creature colors that we know and love. And then it shows you how to launch it from single player here. But just, wow, hello, surprise, Winter Wonderland's back. So if Winter Wonderland wasn't enough, we were treated with some folks that decided to maybe take on the King Titan and defeat it and watch the new Ascension video that plays after you defeat Extinction. And we were treated to a little bit of a surprise. And I just... basically, it is a new DLC announcement without really announcing it. So after the Extinction video plays, it kind of takes you through the end of the Bob Tall Tales storyline, and then gets into this guy right here, which no one's really said it, but this is Lost Colony, which will be the next DLC for Ark. And if you really get into the lore, it kind of takes place on the other side of Earth. And it's a video. If somebody wants me to get into it, I will at some point. But just a day that, for me, will live in infamy, because there's so many things that went on, in a short period of time that it was hard to keep up. So just amazing stuff. What a crazy 24-hour period it's been, from delay after delay after delay to launching it, to Winter Wonderland, to people figuring out this DLC that's coming out. And it all takes us back to just jumping on Extinction and running all the OSDs you can, fighting Titans. Just a crazy day. So be on the lookout. We've got more videos coming to explain all of these things that you see. So it's going to be a busy Christmas season. So just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you found the video helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all on the next video.